Yo, wagwan. Tis your boy, Jeton, Legendary. And look here, folks, 2.3 is here. And well, for photo mode, there's been a lot of new features. I was just looking at them, and man, I'ma say, there's quite a dang bit. There's quite a bit. Unfortunately, all mods are bust up, but it's all good. We'll figure that out after. For the meantime, I'm gonna just show y'all all the new features, use them, and learn them my dang self as well, and just take some pictures. It's gonna be a photo session as per usual. With that being said, hit that subscribe button. I do all things photography, virtual, real life. Okay, check out Instagram. That's where I post most of my photos. Deviant for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. You can check out the music channel if you want. Check out the gaming channel if you want. With that being said, let's check out these new features. Alright, so before we really start taking some pictures, let's go ahead and get a look at everything that's brand spanking new. Unfortunately, they did not bring back the orbit cam, man. That was the best way to make videos. Alright, it ain't back. Anyways, alright, they added black bars. So you can add some bars to your joint if you want. So my guess is if you're going into that, you can actually see the ratio in which it's supposed to be now. So some of y'all might remember that when you would switch it to one of these, it would only show the red. But now you can actually see the bars. So this is how it used to look. But this right here, now this is what it looks like. Which does make things a little easier because at the time it just looked like this. So I guess depending on the person, you might accidentally make a mistake. But there you go. You know what I mean? Something simple. And they got a time of day changer. Alright, you could change the time of day now. But this is something we can better test outside. So let's go ahead and take her to a outside spot real quick. Okie dokie, here we are. A much better position for testing everything out. Alright, so boom. You can change the game speed from the inside, which I don't know 100% how that works. See, the leaves are moving and stuff. Background is not. That's probably what that's for. You can bring it down if you want. Oh, okay, I see now. Vehicles and stuff is moving, so the world is moving around her. I don't know how good of an idea that would be all the time though. But what I would say it'd be good for is sometimes there's many times where your boy done accidentally did a photo set and there's the same person or car in the background the entire time. So if you got a car or something that's lingering and you ain't gotta send them to the void, this is good especially for people who don't use the mods. Now normally what I would do if there's a car or a person in the way of my character's shot, what I do is, you know, open up AMM and just, you know, send them to the void. With this, for my non-mod users, or for the people who don't even feel like angle, because then you gotta line up the camera. Let's say the dang Bugatti is in the way. You gotta line it up, you know, open up AMM, get rid of the vehicle. You ain't gotta do all that no more. I mean, you just hit this, boom, stuff start moving. You feel what I'm saying? Time of day, now change that to our liking. And as you can see, it adjusts pretty dang fast. We're not even in ray tracing. I kind of forgot to go into ray tracing. I'm gonna do that after this. It adjusts and changes pretty dang fast. Where's the depth of field? I forgot where they moved that to somewhere now. Oh, here we go. So boom, depth of field is here now. Rotate. Oh yeah, okay, that's the regular rotate camera. Okay, so all that stuff, well, this has been here, but depth of field is here now as well. So let's go ahead and turn that off real quick so we can see better. So boom, one thing you normally cannot do here on Cyberpunk is when you want to change the weather, you kind of got to back out of your game. Let's see how this works, you know what I mean? Let's see how this works. So the default was already sunny. Ooh, oh goodness. Okay, what I'm noticing is that it up. Hold up. So you just gonna watch this many minutes of the video and you ain't even gonna hit the subscribe button? That's crazy to me. Subscribe right now, man. Let's get back into the video. Updates pretty dang fast. Normally, yeah, you would have to back out of your game to get the look that you might be wanting. I am noticing one issue though. I play in windowed mode and the mouse is capable of running off the screen now, which is not good. Polluted. I've seen this weather before, and I had no clue what the heck it was. I've been looking for this for a minute. This is polluted. I ain't know. What is that? Right there. Why is that able to show up? Anyways. Okay, so I now know what this is. I've been looking for this weather for a minute. I ain't know what it was, though. Acid rain. So we now have the capability, especially for my non-mod users, because I know a lot of folks don't like using mods. You yourself are now going to have the ability to change the weather however you may like to, whatever you might want to change that weather to. Now, real quick though, before we continue, let me go ahead and put this in ray tracing so we can see it in maximum quality. Alrighty, so let us continue, see how all this works. Let me turn off depth of field real quick. I want to put the sun back behind her. Okay, so see what time we got to set that to. How quick does that update on ray tracing? From the looks of it, it updates pretty quickly. Now the downside here is, for me personally, the one thing you still cannot do as a non-mod user is turning off volumetric fog. Volumetric fog is going to be one of the biggest reasons sometimes your photos don't come out the way you might want them to. You know what I'm saying? Volumetric fog is hooey-dooey, it's pooey. Alright, it's no good. But we should still be able to pull something off pretty easily here. Let me pull up to some of the newer features. They added new poses. Not the pose she's doing. This is the oldest pose back in the day when pose mods just replaced the normal poses. That's what all these are. Not those. Okay, that would be this. Natural. What the fuck is wrong with me? I almost said nocturnal like twice too. So boom, bam, and these are pretty good too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. These are pretty dang good. I only saw two, so never mind. Okay, that's one. That's good. But yeah, these is good. She ain't got no phone in her hand, but these is pretty dang good. I would actually use these. I actually use these 100%. We about to right now, as a matter of fact. Little seated joint, I can't spawn no chair though, so not sure how that one gonna work. Not at the moment, at least. Okay, so let me back it on up. Back it on up real quick. Now, a new thing they added. We put her in a regular pose here. One of the broken mods. Facial expressions is all the same, so we're gonna keep her straight face like I usually do. But then now they added some new crap to the camera. Alright, go ahead and put that depth of field on real quick so we can focus on her. I'll make it a little laggy, so bear with your boy. Now you can customize. So with the camera, you make him look at the camera. You can use just the upper body. You can use just the head or just the eyes as the normal. Okay. But now they got a new joint. You could do customize. This right here, you know what I mean? Boom, you could do the head. Matter of fact, let's put her in a stuck pose real quick. You do just the head. Turn her to the side here so we can see a little better. We scroll down. As you can see, it says up, down, left, right, lean left, right. That is for the character, her face, I believe, which we're about to test out right now. So one issue your boy's been having, let me do the head. One issue your boy's been having is sometimes I need the characters to be looking at each other. But instead, the only way I can make that happen is through the billiard ball technique, which some of y'all might not know what that is. And that is where you spawn two billiard balls, two pool balls, and you put them inside the character's face, and then you make your character look at the fucking billiard balls. The problem with that is, it sucks, okay? Half the dang time, they don't be looking like they looking at each other. This right here is gonna save me some serious time. I'm more than likely now gonna be doing a whole lot more multi-character sceneries now, for sure, like absolutely. Because this is something I've been looking for a hot minute. I can make the character look where I need them to look now. See her, let me get closer so you can see her eyes. Okay, I can actually make her look where she need to be looking. I OGV and Judy, which is usually what I do. But then again, at the same time, V and Panam are great friends, so I'll be trying to do like just friend sceneries and crap. But they can't look at each other, and that throughout the entire joint. Imagine that, you and your friend is doing some dang photos, and not one time do y'all ever look at each other. You always see something, alright? Can't look at each other, you can't do nothing. It's like, okay, this don't make no sense. It don't. But now we have a fix for that. And then of course you have your usual, you can rotate the character, move them left and right, closer, up and down, you know, the usual stuff there. Now on to the second tab, or you know what, let me push this back down in graphics real quick because we don't need it in ray tracing yet. We're just looking at all the features, then I'm gonna start taking some pictures. Oh man, one more thing I almost absolutely forgot to say is outfits. You can now change your outfits in the game. Okay, this is something even as a mod user I couldn't even do. I would have to back out, change the character's outfit and whatnot. You can now do that here. So boom, we got outfit 1, outfit 2, and as you can see, it does little scramble safety mode just in case you might be recording it like myself. They kind of figured that, okay, because sometimes when you're using the mod joints and you load into photo mode, your character be naked. I gotta edit that stuff out, and Darren, if I'm streaming, if I'm streaming, I gotta put an intermission up so my stream don't get taken down. So boom, you can. I only did 4 outfits though, so we're only gonna go up to number 4. Alright, boom. You can now switch crap up. I'm gonna go with number 3 because I completely forgot they had these in the game. Plus, these are my favorite shoes in the game. Look, you can now switch outfits within the zone. Alright, so now you can switch your character's outfit on the go. You feel what I'm saying? Now, characters, they added a whole bunch of new characters. Now, I had a mod that already had most of these characters, but for the people who do not have mods, you now have access to, as you can see, a whole slew of characters. I have no clue who this is. That's a dang vending machine. There's a lizard. I'm gonna spawn the lizard because I want to know how's that gonna work. Oh, he just chilling. Little man just doing his thing. He just chilling, like I said. That is a very lizard-like smile. And not a whole ton you could do with him. That makes sense. He is just a little bitty lizard. Okay, I was trying to see if that one would work, but she's sitting up a little too high. But I mean, yeah, you got a whole bunch of new characters that you can add. So let's go with Panam here. Alright, we got him up in the top of the fucking desert. And you can switch through the characters' outfits as well. So let's put her in a more normal pose because them old poses don't work right. I didn't mean to. God dog it. Wait, I can't. Oh, I'm gonna say you can't steer these fools no more? I see it now. I jumped the gun a little bit. I done jumped the gun just a little bit. Right? Boom. So boom, you know what I mean? But then I'm gonna say what happened. the scar, I forgot. The scar popped up, so you can switch between their normal in-game outfits now. Well, I don't know why her arms is missing on that one, but you can indeed switch through the normal in-game outfits. So, matter of fact, let me go back to the one where she just got the tank top. And blah. For Judy, that would probably be the 2-year joint. They kind of, I forgot on the vanilla variant of this, they kind of put them into places for you. I'm used to, you know, my mods and stuff where I place the characters. And same thing for Judy. Switch all between her outfits, same as anybody else. And I'm guessing they're gonna, yeah, have the 2-year variant, which has different paints. Oh, those are the normal paints. I forgot the modded variant that somebody made. Got those them old fucking skin tight black joints. So boom, you can place your character in places. You know what I mean? Oh, that was just the pose. Okay. Let me move her to the side. You know what I'm saying? And boom, you can place characters down at ease. Where's who's everybody's third favorite lady? I don't be, all I do use is ever Judy and Panam because of my character. OGV here. All my other characters, I don't use any of these people's. Into this redhead lady, the amount of when I was a little late to Phantom Liberty. Okay, I played this game since it released, but I was late to Phantom Liberty, and before I played it, all I ever saw was her. Something happened. I cannot see my full. I did something. I hit something. Half my dang what's name is gone. I don't know if y'all seeing what I'm seeing, but I am missing half of my menu. I hit something and something happened. I don't know what the heck I hit though. Okay, let me back out real quick. Alrighty, and you still got your regular lights. You still only do up to 3, unfortunately. In order to get like the best of the best quality, a lot of times you're gonna need much more than 3 lamps. But you know, I guess that's what they decided upon. 3 lamps max still. In my personal opinion, if you're gonna get the absolute best out of your photos or whatever the fuck, you kinda gonna need more than 3 lamps a lot of times. So then they got the new joint though. We got color balance. And you don't have to use this if you don't want to. But if you want to, I don't really know what it does because this is a brand new feature to me. So let's just put some colors all over the place and see what happens. Okay, so it's the hues of the world. The world. Alright, boom. Shadow hue. You can straight up change the whole fucking thing if you want. But that's what I'm getting out of this. Oh, shadow brightness. Goodness. So it's essentially you can make your own filters. That's pretty much what this is. Let me see something here. What did I accidentally hit that hid most of the dang? I hit something. And dang near everything just disappeared. Highlight brightness. So boom, you can change the whole color of the world if you want. Now me personally, I just like the simple what the heck is it called? Effects. Number 3 will forever be the best. It doesn't look that good now because we're on low graphics, but we're not low graphics, but we're not on ray tracing, but see it shortly. And I believe they added more stickers and more frames. Let's see that real quick. There's definitely some of these. I don't recognize none of these little fools. These, I recognize the little horse. I've used that before. These look new. All this stuff right here is for sure. Not that. Is for sure new. They added a bunch of new little things. I don't recognize that. That looks horrible. It's a lip with some kind of growth on it. That is definitely new. I ain't never seen this dude before. What the fuck is that? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say they added quite a bit. Because I don't recognize half this. I recognize the numbers. Yeah, a lot of this is new. I've used little horses a long time ago because I was trying to make like a Christmas looking thing. It didn't look that Christmas. It was festive though. Yeah, they added a ton of new stuff. Okay. I don't know what you're gonna do with this guy in the middle of the screen though. That thing is ugly. That thing ugly. I have a feeling you'll probably see these 3 a lot. Matter of fact, yeah, you're probably gonna see these 3 a lot. I don't keep it 100 with you. Everybody always making some kind of character. Oh, you can move it on the screen now. Or could you always do that? I think you might have always been able to do that. My fool stuff. It's been a long time, okay? That was back in like I was back in like 2021 when I used these little sticker things. Yeah, something tells me you're gonna see these 3 a lot. People with their characters, making their characters the way they make their characters. And then you gotta have like these little stickers and whatnot that you can add to it. That'd be all sweat. 100. Holy crap. They added a whole bunch of stuff. B, no affiliation, Corpo. Street Kid. That would be more appropriate. Though I did goof and my V is a nomad. Okay, this was the first character I ever made, so a nomad just seemed the most interesting to me. Blood, look at the blood. So you can, I know exactly what I would use that for. A long time ago when I was doing Halloween stuff, I needed more blood, but you can only spawn so much blood. What kind of bullets is those? They're extremely long and pointy. What gun would be using? The casing looks like a, what's the little FN bullet? The 5.7 by 28, I think it is. But that the actual bullet itself is long as fuck. The head of the bullet, that's one pointy bullet. That joint be moving. Different positions. Okay. You know, these would be sick, because then you could swap them back and forth. The problem is, they bring back the orbit cam, dude. Ooh, this one's nice. Got the revolver wielding, mantis blade, Jackie. I recognize that. Guitar with sunglasses, Johnny. Adam Smasher. Okay, well I guess that was the end of that then. Didn't last very long, did it? These are good. These are pretty dang good though. I tend not to use too many frames on my joint, but these are pretty dang good. If I just wanted to, a lot of these is nice. Kind of speed through them because it's kind of a lot. They added a ton more. There was not this many. It was like 14 max if I'm remembering correctly. I could be wrong because I'm starting to recognize these. There might have been a little bit more than I remember. Okay, no, that was it of the new stuff. Okay, so there was like 45, so they added 55 new ones. Goodness. Well, technically not 55 because some of them were the same, just in different positions. My favorite was always these ones. These 1990s, early 2000s looking, what they call them? The old school style photos. I forgot what they call them. It was just there. I just had it, and then I forgot. I blanked out on it. Okay, yeah, these are the old ones. All right, let's see. What do they do? Do they say anything about new backgrounds? Okay, no new backgrounds. I ain't used one of these backgrounds in a hot minute. All right, so boom. That is pretty much all of the new features. Let's take some pictures, shall we? Alrighty, peoples, let's see. Am I actually a good Cyberpunk photographer, or have mods carried my abilities? Probably a mix of both, but as long as you have a decent understanding for lighting, shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna put that joint right dead center. I like blur, but never too much, you know. Now OGV here, this is not really an outfit that OGV would be typically wearing. But at this point in time, I don't think it really matters. Let's just see what we could do with these new features, you know. Now, for those who might be new to the channel, okay, I do a lot of photography at the moment, mostly virtual. Most of that virtual pertaining to Cyberpunk here. This is OGV, okay. I call her OGV because she's the first character I ever made in this game. Her name is supposed to be Vivian. Okay, which is close to Valerie, because I'm pretty sure that's the character's actual name. That's most of my original characters. Their names are close to actually we could use that pose. Their names are close to all of them got the name V in their name somehow. She was the first though. Okay, supposed to be half Greek, half Native American, half Greek. Gotta say it the right way because the father's half Native, half Greek. Mother is half Native. Her parent characters do exist. You know what I mean? I'll be going deep detail. Plus, it was just kind of cool. Why not make some more characters? Why not have more characters? Switch Judy's outfit to something just a little bit more does she have a casual outfit? I don't think Judy got a casual outfit outside of her regular outfit. Yeah, not that, you know, walking around wearing that. Let's go with the year 2 joint. Now, typically, okay, what I would do is I usually use a 5 lamp setup. I ain't got that right now, and that's part of my mods. I ain't got that right now, you know what I'm saying? I need to make Judy taller. Will that work for me right now? Yeah, it will. Alright, boom. Just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit. Right. Now we about to see what we could do with no mods, baby. That's typically what I got, is a whole lot of dang mods, and we're gonna make them look at each other for the first time. Not for the first time, but without using the stupid billiard ball technique that I was just talking about earlier. That crap always sucks because, like I said, you gotta spawn a dang pool ball, which is still too dang big sometimes. You have to place it in between their faces, and even then, they still don't really look like they're looking at each other most of the time. Most of the time, it looks like they're looking past each other, in which they technically are, because they're not looking at each other, they're looking at the billiard ball inside of their dang face. So with this, mine, give her more of a, I'll say more of a natural pose, but then she's dead. That's not that natural looking. That's not that natural looking. Okay, so now, I'm gonna go customization. Going with the upper, actually let's go with the full upper body. Alright, and then bone. Make that look, make her look, oh, not lean. Look up, went too far down. Oh. Okay, you know what, maybe we shouldn't. Not with this pose. It's oh wait. It saves. Oh, I just realized that, son. Look. It saves, dude. So you can do each individual. Oh, man. They really, yo. Okay. I gotta give them a bit more love now. Because I thought, you know what I mean? I thought this update didn't have enough in it. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm sure I wasn't the only person who was kind of thinking that this just doesn't really seem like there's that much in this update. Now I see what they did now. Each individual part saves, dude. Oh, let me get to Judy real quick. And we're gonna add some lights up in the speed. It's looking pretty dang good. I mean, to be fair, I don't have that many graphic mods anyways. Cyberpunk is just a genuinely incredible looking game. So you don't really need that many graphic mods in my personal opinion. The game looks incredible. I mean, y'all seen. For the people who are new, you might not know, but for the people who are not new, y'all have seen the stuff I do and create on Cyberpunk. You don't need that many graphical mods. Only thing I would say you truly need in order to take your fucking stuff to the next level is Photoshop. If you can afford that. Because that crap is expensive. If not, you know, I don't condone it, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? Simple. Simple as that. But anyways, look at that. It looks like they're, well, actually it looks like V is looking over her, like she's looking at her forehead, like, dang, look at your forehead. Although V can't talk. Not male V or lady V. They both got some mean foreheads on them. I mean, you can already kind of see it through her afro. It look like they looking at each other, but V looks like she don't really like what she's seeing. So let's go ahead and fix her face real quick. Judy's a great looking character, you know what I mean? She might not be like Pan great, but she is absolutely magnificent. I know I done heard a lot of people saying that just now. Don't get me wrong, Judy is absolutely an incredible looking character, but Pan is just, they did a dang good job. They did a dang good job. I ain't the type of person to lie to myself, you feel what I'm saying? They did a dang good job. The artist wasn't playing when they made Pan man. Simple. That's just the simple truth. Alright, so boom. You got them looking at each other. It actually looks like they're looking at each other. No billiard fucking ball. Now we need some lights. Okay. So, light number one. Oh, you can actually see the hue and colors and everything now. That's good. Because before, you could not. So half the time it's like, you don't really truly know what you're changing until you accidentally change and it's like, oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. Gotta be careful here because of V being very pale. Maybe not very pale, but she's quite pale. How do I move this dang thing? I can't move it no more. Oh, I forgot. It's been a hot minute since I've used the regular stuff. Light up, light down. That joint ain't moving. We can rotate it, but it ain't moving much. This is your boy's first time in a very long time doing photos without mods. Okay, my lighting setups is a lot easier than this. Hide it real quick. Oh, I need to do that. B is pretty much good. The paleness, you know, you gotta be careful. You do too much with a pale character and they start disappearing in the light, you know. I forgot how to lift this dang thing up. Been so long. Hold on. Light up and down. It says the dang scroll wheel, but ain't nothing. Oh, you're supposed to hold it. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. You're supposed to hold it. False alarm, peoples. False alarm. Okay, let me see something real quick though, because we have a little too much overall light. Let's bring that down some. I'm gonna say 65 should do the job. Let me see something real quick. This filter's always so fucking good, but I ain't gonna use it. Using it a little too much. Now I'm not gonna do. I can't do too many pictures because I already saved stuff for going on right there. I've accidentally duplicated some dang oops. My mouse keeps going off the dang screen, so hopefully they fix that sometime soon. I always play window mode. That's gonna make things a little harder. But my mouse went off screen and I done accidentally duplicated some files on accident. I'm like, why am I seeing two of the same file? I done accidentally duplicated some crap. We need some extra light for Judy, because there's the same old for both characters. For a pale character, you can accidentally make the lights too bright and they disappear. For a darker character, if the screen is too dark, well, they disappear. Judy here being on the darker side of lighter skin tones, she will tend to have that issue. That in a little bit. So with 3 lamps, you could definitely do some crap. But, you know, sometimes you need a lot more than that. The problem I have with the vanilla lamps in this game is they're not strong enough. They need to be a little stronger. You have to get way too close to the character with them to get any sufficient lighting. Alright, and number 3. On number 3 real quick. Let me go back to number 2 though. Move that closer. Or more to the side, because we're getting too much of Judy's, the side of Judy's face and not the front end as well. Will also help V a little bit. Matter of fact, for light number 3, we're going to point this mostly at Judy's forehead, which is surprisingly not getting very well. The circumference of it. Let me stop talking like I ain't got a big forehead. Well, shoot, that's why I be making the jokes, because I do. Well, I can. This is why I don't play no stressful games no more. I mean, you can't have a big forehead and a stress-induced receded hairline. You may as well go bald, you know what I'm saying? There we go, that's much better. You may as well go bald at that point. My problem is, I got fucking razor blades for hair, so if I go flat bald, yeah, that's like right now. No matter how much lotion, no matter how much moisturization I do on my dang face, I cut my hair too dang low, it's just, my face is on fire. Not now. Usually is. That filter is just greatness, but we're not gonna use it though. We're not gonna use it. And then boom. That right there is pretty dang clean. And now we can snap a picture and have a beautiful background for the inside of one of her homes. Although I'm not 100% sure what's going on with the Judy's in the crotch region. What's those shadows? What is that? Why is that happening? I ain't never seen that before. Actually, I have seen that. It's her jacket. That jacket is that dang long? That's a lot of jacket to be tucked into your pants. No, I know what that is now. That's what happens when something is too long on the character. That means that's her jacket. Her jacket is long as fuck. And now that I'm looking at it, That is a crispy photo. But another thing I forgot that used to exist back in the day is you could see all of V's forehead. I forgot the hair used to have a thinning thing that it used to do back in the day. That is a great looking picture though. And I mean, shoot, I mean, what else features can I really say? These are great. These are pretty dang good. I can make some fair heat here. I ain't think, you know what I mean? I ain't think we was gonna have that ability. I'm keeping hunting with you. These features are pretty dang great though. These features are pretty great. Now I have to go through the lengthy process though of getting all my dang mods updated. That's gonna be that's gonna be real fun. Hopefully we won't have too many issues. Hopefully it'll be a fairly simple process of getting the main stuff updated. Hopefully. That's the hope. That might even be the cope as well, because good chance they ain't going down like that. It's a good chance it's gonna suck, right? It's gonna be painful. Okay. Why she look so much shorter? She always supposed to be taller, but she looks short. Let's see, let's go for one more and then we'll go hang them up on the wall somewhere, although I'm not really gonna keep them. It'll be good for the thumbnail though. But I've already saved all of photos for this week, so... Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Certain poses you couldn't use camera for. I'm like, where'd the camera go? Ugh, I forgot that was a thing. Ugh. Alright, well, that's fine. She doesn't gotta be looking directly then. Just turn her more to the side here then. She's supposed to be taller, but she... Oh, that's right. Normally... So this is what I do. Another thing I like to do for certain characters who are supposed to be tall and certain characters who are supposed to be short. So, OGV here, alright. She's supposed to be short as fuck. She's supposed to be like 4'10". Judy, to me, always gives off slightly above average height kind of feel to her. So I make her look like she's about 5'6". And I always make her the tallest. I don't know why. She just seems like a character who would be a tall person in real life. So I typically make her look about 5'10", 5'11"-ish. That's another thing. Angles. Angles is always good to ensure that your characters never look the dang same. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never want your character always look the same, because sometimes you gotta give characters different styles and stuff. The OGV here, she's tiny. She's a small person. Not skinny though. She's strong as fuck because she's a melee build. So she would be Diesel, but ain't nobody got a body type like that. So I mean, somebody do, but it's too slim. I like to keep my characters fairly realistic, and if you running around punching on crap, Flood, huh? Here? Ow! Oh, it's raining. That's surprising. At this time? Well, not like it's gonna be anything special. Just my luck, I say that it's real bad. Nah, not in this desert. Floods are never bad here. Last time we had a bad flood was like 90. I wasn't even fucking born yet. I think it was like 95. But anyways, like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by flash flood warnings. It's some of these areas though. Some of these areas can, not where I am. I ain't really got nothing. I ain't really got much to worry about. But yeah, you kind of got to give your characters different styles and stuff. So for V here, she's supposed to be much shorter, but she's stocky, real stocky built little fool who just be punching on every dang thing. For the folks who might be newer here, she is a melee build. She's a fully loaded melee build. She's not just a model character like half of my other characters. She is decked the fuck out. So if you ever, matter of fact, if you ever needed a good melee build to follow, hers is one. Okay, maybe I'll show you once we're done here, because we only gonna do so many photos. Because I kind of already have everything set up for this week, so I can't really do too much. So Judy, I tend to make look like she's about 5'6"-ish. Jackie, if I ever use Jackie, whenever I do, I typically make him look about 5'8", 5'9", but he's just a real big, fucking beefy kind of person. Panam, I always make her very tall. She always just gives off a real... She just always seems like she would be a really tall person. So I tend to make her one of the tallest. Though she's not, in the universe of how I create my character, she's not the tallest. My tallest would be East LAV. She's a very tall character. She'll be 6 foot, which would be like 6'5" for a dude. Let me move these lights one more time, because I'm trying to make Judy look kind of fucking empty. There's not a whole lot of emotion going on with her face. She just look empty. Look a little better. Not by much, but it'll do. It'll do. Okay, let me fix them lights. I don't know what mod I have for Judy, but I do not remember her forehead being that big. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I mean, I don't mean to keep getting on her forehead, but it's a little bigger than I remember it being. Okay, just a little bit. Just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Okay, lift that light up. Oh, you know what? We should add Panam to this. So I'm talking about Panam. Let's add the three best friends of Night City. I mean, that's how I ended my game anyways. I ended it with Judy as the love, and I left with Panam. So, if the story was to continue, OGV is out, chilling in the desert, dying, but a dying around family at least. It's been a lot longer than 6 months. She would have been dead a long time ago, for real, for real. But she's so dang strong, I don't even know, you know what I mean? I don't know. We never continued with that story, so I can't even say what's supposed to happen, you know, a long time ago. Maybe the next major update will get to show us some more info. Although, honestly, they really should make a 2-parter for this game. Number 1, true cutscenes. We need some true cutscenes. Number 2, a good third person. And number 3, okay. I'm trying to figure out which light did I move that added too much. This one? Because her face is right. A little better. That's about the best I'm gonna get here on with vanilla lighting. That's about the best I can get. Back this one up a little bit. They should have a 2-parter. Let's keep it 100 here. Yeah, V's the young one at like 21, 22 or something. But Jackie, it don't matter how hungry you are, you know better. At 30 something, what is he supposed to be, like 32, 33, 34? At that age, you know dang well that certain things are not to be messed with. And ain't no way, no matter how fucking bad you want something, would you be willing to pull beef with a fucking Arasaka. That'd be like pulling up in a military base and thinking you're gonna win that fight. You feel what I'm saying? He would know, at that age, he would know better than to attempt something like that. I'm like, why is this not? Oh no, it's just actually not moving. I guess you can't do that with his pose. He would know better than that. You know what I'm saying? He would know better than that. So I feel like they should have a multi-story type of thing. Something where you two go on a regular path and of like some form of crime, but y'all doing it in a smart way type of thing. Okay. I don't know why these numbers are off like that. There we go. But y'all doing it in like a smart way type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Under no circumstance would a man at 34 years old hear that, oh, we're attacking an Arasaka base? Let's go. He would be like, or we're robbing Arasaka? He'd be like, yeah, I don't know about this one. He would be more of V's mentor. V might be a little, you know, naive to the situation, being so young. But at 30, now don't get me wrong. There's some dang dumb 30-year-olds out here. I'm sitting there dissing people and start stuttering like a fucking idiot. There's some dang foes out here. Absolutely. Right? But at 30-something, you not gonna be like, hey, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Let's rob Arasaka. You not gonna do that. You're just not. You're gonna be smarter than that. You're gonna be way smarter than that. You're gonna hear that idea and be like, yeah, probably not. Nah, yeah, probably not. You know what I'm saying? You backing off of that immediately. Okay, so now that we have 3 characters here, this is what I typically do for interchanging heights. So V, when I do photos with V, I typically have her at -5. I typically have, well, the pose Judy's in right now makes her look a little short. But for Judy, I will typically have her at +5. And then Panam typically be, oops, I just do. Oh, I clicked on the actual, on her actually. Didn't mean to do that. I would have her at +10. I don't know why. This character just seems like a character who would be really tall. She just has that look, that look, that feel of someone who would be tall. Would she be? I don't know. You know, she just looks like it for some reason. The bone. That's how I do it for different character heights. And guess what? With these new features, we can actually make them. It actually works. I can actually make 3 characters in a dang photo, and they ain't gotta be, yeah, I mean, they ain't gotta be fucking never acknowledging each other. They can actually look at each other, man. As 3 good friends, well, 2 are not friends, but as 3 good friends, okay. Well, actually, it depends. I guess it depends on you. For mine, Judy and V is together. But at the same time, I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to you. Somebody did make a mod where you could Panam, everybody could be with everybody. So I used it one time for the one time. It was for a playthrough I was doing back in the day. Actually. So I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, Panam, she the finest, but she ain't really rocking with Lady V in that way. And I feel that. But the people didn't feel that. The people didn't feel that, okay? People was like, nah, brother. That was a long time ago, though. That was back when I was doing playthrough videos. Kind of stopped, though, because, don't get me wrong, gaming is great, and if you could get paid doing videos, gaming videos, amazing. But I just got, you know, a little bit of other ideas I'm trying to do in life. And for me personally, and if I could get paid off of my music, photography, and some car stuff, I kind of rather that. You feel what I'm saying? But if you out here getting paid off of gaming, hey, shoot, do your thing. What pose is this? Okay, I kind of encountered an issue here that I kind of forgot about. I'm thinking of when I do photos, they're clashing. They cannot be too close to each other. When I do photos, I got mods and stuff, so I can kind of do whatever the fuck I want. I can't put them too close to each other in certain instances. Okay, there we go. But in certain instances, they're not letting me put them. Okay. Oh no, that's just the angle in which she's moving. Why is she moving at such a terrible angle? It's just forcing me to go to the side here. Yeah, boom, there you go. So, boom, that makes them all look more... Although, Panam should definitely be a little taller. I think certain poses tend to make them crouch a little bit. But yeah, there you go, folks. Whole bunch of new features. This is pretty dang clean, too. That is the beauty of Cyberpunk, though. Even without graphic mods, this crap still looks amazing. That's why Cyberpunk is... Oh, I'm hitting the dang... See, I'm trying to open up my mod menu. That is the beauty of Cyberpunk, though. It's just an amazing looking game. You don't really need graphics, per se. I chose to use graphic mods just because it makes certain things far more convenient. But if you know what you're doing, still makes them absolute fire. And of course, with that feature that you could put pictures on the walls and stuff, that just adds on to the heat, which you can do. That might be way too dang close. You got that dark skin though, so maybe not. You got that real dark skin. These are the main 3 characters I always use. Judy, because the story, and that is the character who Lady V is most likely to be attuned with. Then I use Panam because she's just great. And then OGV being also native, you know. People's gonna hang with their peoples the most. Or it just made the most sense. Oh, look at that. Look at that quality. Look at the cleanliness. It always is kind of rough though, because I always make her so much shorter than everybody else. Plus, she's paler than most other characters. You gotta. That's another thing you gotta be wary of, is meshing colors with each other. which is a bit easier when you have more light options. But this is not bad right here. It's not bad at all. That is Cyberpunk after all. It is a very clean, very amazing looking game. So, you know. But there you go, peoples. With that being said, hope this helped out in any way, shape, or form for all my non-mod users. And for my mod users. These are new features that could help even if you got mods. A lot of these are great. Especially the outfit switching. Outfit switching is nice. I've been needing something like that for a minute, because sometimes you don't... If you could pre-plan a bunch of outfits, that would make things a whole lot dang easier. Especially for like when I'm doing photos on stream, where I'm not going for a specific style, I'm just kind of doing whatever. It'd be nice to set up a bunch of outfits, then go take some pictures. You know what I mean? So I don't have to kind of be all over the place with it. With that being said though, my good peoples, I'm gonna go ahead and get up on out of here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, share with your peoples, join the Legendary Clean Sport channel, become legendary. Consider becoming a member. I got all kinds of little perks and whatnot. You can see videos early, sometimes super early. Check out Instagram. That's where I post most of these photos. Deviant for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. Check out the music channel. That's the background music you always hear in my videos. And if you want, you can check out the gaming channel. I upload over there fairly often still. With that being said, I'm out.